Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner. Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Lineup for Braves Country by DM Magee, 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea. The Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik, and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z, think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying, it felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee, to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024.
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. How the hell are you? Hope you're having a great day, great evening as we're getting set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. It's Chris Sale Day, so we're excited about that. Those country club members, you could take a look at the Chris Sale emoji we put in. We changed it, made it more of a train. Tell me which one you like better, and we'll either go back to the old one that had the cartoon conductor, or do you like the new train that we have up there? Real quick, we're going to take a listen to the stuff from last night. You had Austin Riley, you had Brian Snitker. Here's Austin Riley after the big win last night.
All right, Austin, all about the pitchers to start this game. Adam Duvall got things going in the seventh. The bats really got going in the eighth. For you, though, how rewarding was it to see that one sneak through, with just how hard you've been working to get back on track?
Yeah, no, it felt nice to see it hit some grass, especially with a guy in scoring position, and to put us up, and then also followed us up, of course, with a homer. So I mean, I thought Lumpy did a great job. Bullpen did an unbelievable job. Just a good team win. Hitting's contagious, and then pass it on. Hopefully, we can build some momentum on this, and keep it going.
Lots of great hits tonight. Adam Duvall, though, I mean, how influential has he been for this lineup?
He's been huge. I tell like him and Kelnick when they were going back and forth, I was like, I have the most respect for guys that are platooning, and then he's getting his opportunity now, and he's putting up together some great ABs, and it's fun.
You mentioned Ronaldo Lopez, 7 strikeouts through 6 innings, the bullpen putting a bow on it. How much has the pitching staff just been able to put you guys in good positions to win?
It's like every night, it seems like they're putting us in good spots, and tonight they fought for us. It took a little bit to get going, but we ended up getting it done. That's all that matters is a W. So just a great team win.
Okay, so that was Riley talking about the big win last night. If you missed it, Braves won 5-2. Of course, big hits, none bigger than the one from Ozuna. Here is Brian Snitker on the win last night.
The 7th inning, things got going. The 8th, the bats really came alive. I mean, what did you see from guys that were able to get those hits?
Yeah, I think it was big for Austin to get that big RBI like that. I was really happy to see him. I know, Parker was tough on us. Had a lot of early count outs and so that was good to see the bats come alive. I mean, I'll take it any time in the game we can get it.
Did the first few innings kind of feel like the past month where you're hitting the ball hard and not getting a lot shown for you yet?
A little bit. Yeah. I mean, just one of them things, man. You just got to handle it. You got to handle it because if you do, there's always good on the other end of it. We've been handling it, and they keep working, and there's going to be what we're capable of at some point.
When you look back, how much did Ronaldo getting out of that inning after he gave up the home runs and the hits kind of allow you guys to keep it there?
It was big because he was probably hit away from leaving the game and to get the double play to get out of that inning. And, I'll take 6 innings, 2 runs. Holy cow. That's and he was really good again. And, and Bummer did a great job, as did Joe and Iggy, and that's a good win.
Early count aggression, early swings and stuff. Was that kind of because of the way Parker operates, or was it just guys wanting to be aggressive?
Kind of who we are, really. I mean, in years past, our average on first pitch has been really good, and it hadn't been lately, but it's our DNA pretty much. And but he was, he was throwing a lot of strikes, that's for sure, and heck, that's the name of the game.
You start to see, you got Duvall and Kelnick was hitting, and you see a little bit more depth in this lineup here over the last couple of weeks.
It's good. Hopefully we get Adam going like we know he's capable of, and I thought Brian, he hit that one ball really hard, and so I don't know. It is it's easy to say when guys are hitting, it's a deep lineup. When they're not, then it's like, well, where do we go? But it's just part of it, that could be big for Austin, both hits. Just kind of, you're trying to get some and you get a couple like that, have good placement and all. It could be just a thing to get him off the mat.
Austin said when I was about to interview him, I'm not deserving of this. Is this just the type of player he is?
No, I mean, he got high expectations and he is deserving because that was a big hit right there. They're hits. I mean, in the newspaper, it looks like, 108 exit velocity single there. So, and it could be big for a hitter's psyche to do that. And that's the one thing I've seen this kid do his entire career when he's been up here is he always hangs in there with himself. And no matter how hard it's going, he stays with himself and he allows himself to come out of this. And I told him, I've seen you do this a lot, and he always come out of it, and he'll be right where he needs to be when it's all said and done.
For you guys to do that in that inning with 2 outs, how reminiscent is that of the type of offense you are? You can kind of do it at any time.
Yeah, well, and that's a pretty good reliever right there too. I mean, he hadn't pitched in a few days and was strong, and he's having a really good year. So that's kind of more positive too to do it off a guy like that also.
So that was Brian Snitker on the win last night. Tonight, what we have is Chris Sale going on the mound versus Jake Irvin. Jake Irvin, we saw him last week. Jake Irvin's a pretty good starting pitcher. I mean, his ERA, sits at a 3.39, not too shabby, and a 103 whip means he's keeping guys off base. So it's going to be another pitcher's duel, it looks like. And if you go off of what Jake Irvin has done recently, the numbers kind of speak for themselves. But when he went up against Atlanta last week, he went 6 innings, no earned runs, and just allowed 2 hits. He did walk 2, but hopefully the Braves have a better luck with him second time around. But once again, the kid has pitched really well. His ERA in the month of May, so this will be his second start in June. His ERA in the month of May was, first of all, he kept opponents' batting average down to 2.27 in the month of May. He had a whip of just 103 in the month of May. And he pitched 29 1/3 innings and gave up just 8 earned runs. So he's been really good. The ERA was 2.45 in the month of May, bringing it down a full 1.5 since the month of April. So with all that being said, you put that in a blender, what you're looking at tonight. Hopefully Sale bounces back and comes back from that horrible outing that he had just the last time that he went out to the bump. But when you look at the fact that Chris Sale typically is lights out. He was the MLB pitcher of the month for the month of May. So you've got two really good starters tonight. And, they don't drive it home. So I don't really expect it to happen, but I would love to see this team start working the counts. Because when you work the counts, you're going to get to see the ball a hell of a lot more, and you're going to get into your opponent's bullpen. And that's when the Braves finally broke through last night. It was a rare off night by their setup man, but you've got to get into the bullpen because most bullpen guys only have 2, maybe 3 pitches. These starters have 4 or 5 pitches, and last night, we pulled out the win, and that was great. But what you hate about it is the fact that they walked through the first 5 innings, and the pitch count was extremely low. They were very fortunate to get that win. I was a little surprised that Mitchell Parker came out of the game last night because he was pitching very well. But with these younger pitchers and teams that aren't expecting to vie for a playoff spot, they may have just had a limit on ups, downs, as they call it, meaning how many innings you're going to pitch. Doesn't matter what your pitch count is. But tonight, Irvin on the mound. He's a right-hander. Man, this is a tough one. The easy pick to click always is going to be Ozuna, but I'm not going to pick the low-hanging fruit. Give me Ozzie Albies. Give me Ozzie Albies to click. Ozzie Albies has put some good swings on the ball here recently, and I'm going to take my chances with the left-hander. By the way, you'll notice JP Martinez is in right field tonight, and Duvall is in left. So, once again, Kelenic is out of the lineup. They keep saying he's fine, but you do wonder because this would be an opportunity. Now, maybe they just want to get some at-bats for Martinez, but what it looks like on the outside looking in is that he has not come back since he rolled over on that wrist, and they're trying to give him more time off. We'll see what happens tonight, but I'm going to take the Braves to win this one in a low-scoring affair. Give me the Braves to win this one 4-1. Pitchers duel. Chris Sale goes out, bounces back. He going to be mad. I think the conductor's going to bring it tonight. He was a little embarrassed from what happened last night. All right. We will be back in a flash, step aside, give you the starting lineups, pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Let's get it.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same 3 criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. A banger, and she's gone, baby.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. MH2 is batting .250 with 5 home runs, 19 RBI, 8 stolen bases. Batting second and playing third, Austin Riley. The rake has 3 home runs, 20 RBI, a .232 average. Batting third, your designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 18 home runs, 55 RBI, batting .312. Make sure to vote for Marcell Ozuna for the All-Star game today. Matt Olson, batting cleanup and playing first. 9 home runs, 33 RBI, batting .234. Ozzie Albies, batting fifth, playing second. 4 home runs, 29 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .272. Adam Duvall is in left field. He's batting sixth with 6 home runs, 17 RBI, a .195 average. Orlando Arcia, batting seventh and playing short. He has 6 home runs, 21 RBI, batting .232. Sean Murphy is behind home plate with a .154 average, 3 RBI. And JP Martinez will give it a go in right field. He is 0 for 2 on the season. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Chris Sale Day. Sale is 8-1 with a .306 ERA, a .95 whip, 67 2/3 innings pitched, 54 hits allowed, 82 strikeouts versus 10 walks and 6 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Jake Irvin. Irvin 3-5 with a .339 ERA, a 1.03 whip, 69 innings pitched, 59 hits, 60 strikeouts versus 12 walks and 6 home runs served. Backing up Jake Irvin in the bottom of the first inning, it's C.J. Abrams. He's leading off, playing short, with 10 homers, 27 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .246. Lane Thomas, batting second, playing right. 4 home runs, 16 RBI, 15 stolen bases. Nick Senzel is batting third, playing third. 5 home runs, 13 RBI, a .231 average. Joey Meneses is batting cleanup and playing first. He has 2 home runs, 30 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .231. Vargas is batting fifth and playing second. A .276 average with 9 RBI and 5 stolen bases. The designated hitter today is Ruiz. Normally the hind catcher, batting .203, 3 home runs, 13 RBI, 1 stolen base. Jesse Winker is in left field, batting .255, 6 home runs, 28 RBI, 11 stolen bases. And Young is in center field and batting 8th. He has 16 RBI, 17 stolen bases, a .277 average. And Milas is behind home plate, 1 for 10 on the year with a stolen base. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate, it's Tom Hanahan. Jason Visconti will be manning first base. Adam Fletcher out at second, and down the third base line, it's Adam Beck. Atlanta Braves come in 35-25, 10 games over 500, and 16-13 on the road. Washington Nationals 27-35, 10-17 at home. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 200 on the money line. The over-under is 7.5. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves Nats. Game 2 of a 4-game set. Braves look to take the first 2 of this series, set up a possible series win with Charlie Morton. It's time to warm up those chop arms, country club members. We've got the Chris Sale conductor emoji kicking as well. Get set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Braves country, get your game face on. Whoa, whoa. Chicka, 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 chicka. Whoa, whoa. All aboard.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call. Yeah. Roll call.
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. If you haven't already, go ahead and drop a hi in the chat. Let us know where you're listening from. We're about to do roll call here as the Atlanta Braves are coming set to start this game. They'll be in their road uniforms. More on that in a second. Good evening, country club members. We've got Nathaniel, JC, Red Rum, Gary, Russell, Willis, Edward Spry, Nathaniel. See if I've missed anybody. Gary. And I think that is everybody as far as that goes. And as far as everyone in Braves country, good evening, Underwater, John. I saw Grandma King, David Thomas. Where else are we at here? Thought I saw Charlie. I rebooted the page, so I might have missed Charlie. Justin. Good evening, Sean. Grandma King. And I think that's everybody. If I miss anybody, jump in there and say hi in the chat. David S. Good evening. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris. The second is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Chase one well out of the zone. The 0-1. 93 inside. Misses. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. The Braves are in their classic road grays. Lantern across the chest. Tomahawk underneath. The 1-1 right there, first strike. It's 1-2. Washington, they're wearing their City Connects, which are actually pretty sharp. City Connects Washington has the 1-2 pitch. Swing and fouls it out of play. Do it again. Washington City Connects, gray socks, white pants, gray shirt with WSH in a kind of an off-white on the chest. The 1-2. Pitch to Harris. Inside, 96. He's bringing it. 2-2. Think of all the City Connects, Washington's got some of the sharper ones. So a 1-2 count. Or 2-2 count, excuse me. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike three. Harris down on strikes, one away. Well, that's the bad news. The good news is he actually saw a couple of pitches. Didn't give away the at-bat at the very first start, so took him 5 pitches to get rid of Harris, but we'll take that over what we have been seeing. Atlanta Braves will bring Austin Riley to the plate, and Marcell Ozuna looms on deck. First pitch to Riley. That one's going to be a 1-pitch, 1 out, 5-3 put out. Grounds it over to third, 2 away. So 2 down. Sun is just starting to set here at Nationals Park. There's not going to be much of an issue with the batters, but out in the outfield, center and right, the sun is still fading away. Marcell Ozuna steps in. First pitch on the way to the Big Zoo is 95 up top, misses. It's 1-0. Marcell, 1,000 OPS exactly and a .312 batting average. Hit his 18th home run last night. Got our game ball, our player of the game. The 1-0 to Zoo. 95 up top. Called for a strike, 1-1. Bit of a high strike, but did look like it hit the zone. They were set up inside. It went up high. Out and wide. So the 1-1. Pitch on the way to Zoo. Swing. Fouls it away. Curveball down around the knees. 1-2. Standing on deck is Matt Olson. Chris Sale warming up in the pen. The 1-2 from Irvin. Swung on, hit hard on the ground, but right at the first baseman. That's going to get scooped up by Benesses. He'll flip it over to Irvin, covering the bag. 3-1 put out to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball.
Where are you from?
I'm from Houston.
Oh, okay.
You ever been to Texas?
I haven't been there, but I heard I should go. I heard everything's bigger in Texas.
I'd love to disappoint you.
Record me.
I'm not, dude.
No, don't.
I'm not. I'm recording me.
I saw you. Don't
I'm
point
doing
that
that.
camera at me.
I truly wasn't, dude.
You don't want to know
I truly
what's going to happen
wasn't.
to you.
I promise.
Okay, don't.
I promise.
Look, you don't know what's going to happen to you.
Don't.
I did not
Don't
give you
do that.
permission I did
Don't
not
do
give
that.
you permission.
No,
I'll
no,
whoop
no.
your ass, son. I'll whoop your.
Why would I record you with your New Balances
I'll put my
on?
New Balance in your ass. I will.
Those ain't even new.
I swear
They ain't
to God,
got
I
no
will.
balance. Those
Little
are old
boy.
stumbles. What are you?
Little
What are you?
boy.
Don't come over here.
Little boy,
Don't.
what?
I wasn't recording you.
What are you gonna do?
I would rather be.
What are you
chill.
gonna do? Get out the car. Then.
I would rather be chill.
Get out the car.
Don't
I'm saying
do
get
it.
out the car.
Don't do it.
Damn, you big as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah, I
Why
am.
you
I'm
so-
very big.
God, you big as hell.
I'm very
boy.
big.
I was playing.
Don't want these Gokus, dude.
Maris pulled himself together and slammed number 59 in the third inning. The Yankees clinched the pennant. On September 26th, Maris hit his 60th, tying Babe Ruth. Then, for 3 games, nothing.
Fastball hit deep to right. This could be it. Way back there. Holy cow, he did it. 61 for Maris. Another standing ovation for Roger Maris.
His teammates would not let him back into the dugout until he acknowledged the applause. Roger Maris played for 7 more seasons, never hit as well again, suffered his own debilitating injuries, and was never forgiven for out-hitting the game's greatest hero.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Chris Sale goes to the mound, fires the first pitch, 95 right in his kitchen to C.J. Abrams, the leadoff hitter. It's 0-1. Abrams batting .246, 749 OPS, stands in with 10 home runs, 27 RBI, hit 1 last night. The 0-1, lefty-lefty, swing and a miss, slider down and away, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Heard a interview that I'm going to have to play here on the show before too long. It was David Justice talking about facing Randy Johnson. The 0-2 pitch. Slider misses outside, 1-2. And the first person I thought of was Chris Sale. He was talking about how he faced him and was so glad to see him out of the National League when he got traded away. Is the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's chopped foul towards the first base side, 1-2. And was excited that he left the National League, and then, of course, he ends up. David Justin ends up going to the American League with the Cleveland Indians. Is the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 up, 1 down. We got ourselves a strikeout for Chris Sale here to get it going. And the funniest part about the whole deal that he was talking about was that, so he's on the Indians. I can't remember who the kid was, but it was him, Jim Thome, and some young player. They were all left-handers. First pitch on the way to Thomas is out there on the edge for a strike. It's 0-1. And they were basically trying to decide. One of them had to start. One of them could not. They couldn't all take the night off. The 0-1, 94 out wide, 1-1. So what ends up happening is David Justice goes ahead. He says, I wasn't going to do it to the kid, so I raised my hand. I said, I'll go ahead and hit against him. He said he went up there 3 times against him, struck out badly all 3 times. Is the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And Justice says it was the best thing that happened to him because after he looked so bad against Randy Johnson, they never wanted to start him again against him. So a 1-2 pitch, outside wide 2-2. Of course, the thing you always think of is, what was his name? Kruk. They went up there to the All-Star game with the helmet on backwards because he didn't want to get hit. The 2-2 from Sale. Lets her go. Swung on. Just got a piece of that. Knocks it foul. 96 miles an hour. We'll do it again. One down. Nobody on. Bottom of the first inning. Just getting going here on Braves Country. The 2-2. Caught! Looking strike 3. Yak 'em! Engine number 9 right down the track to away. Man, oh man alive. That should be engine 51, I guess. I mean, he absolutely blew that by him. I had a feeling this was the Chris Sale we were going to see tonight. After he pitched so poorly last week, he looks like a man on a mission. Hopefully it keeps up. First pitch on the way to Senzel is a slider down and in. It's 1-0. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Bottom of the first inning. Got a full slate of baseball except for Philly and New York. They are taking the night off as they are going over the pond. It's the 1-0. Down and in 2-0. We will keep you up to date on all of that jazz. As far as the division goes, we come into tonight's game 7.5 behind Philly, 9 in front of the Mets and the Nationals in the East. The 2-0. Slider slips in there, kisses the edge. It's 2-1. As far as the wild card is concerned, Braves hold the top wild card spot, and they are now 5.5 in front of the Cubs for the top spot. 6 in front of San Diego, who holds the last spot. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, pops it up. High in the sky. Making the fair catch is Austin Riley at about the 25-yard line, right there on the infield grass. That'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Olsen, Albies, Duvall coming to the plate.
Or, hear me out. You go yourself, and I keep doing what I'm doing.
Phil Niekro went 21-20 in 1979 and led the league in both wins and losses. Nolan Ryan had 3 more no-hitters in his career than he had games with no walks. Madison Bumgarner hit more grand slams in 2014 than Derek Jeter did in his entire major league career. Despite being one of the greatest hitters of all time, Ted Williams never had 200 hits in a season, and he never reached 3,000 hits. The last switch-hitting American League MVP was Vida Blue. Prince Fielder has more career inside the park home runs than Ricky Henderson. The Oakland A's drafted 2 guys named Max Muncy, one in 2012 and the other in 2021. If that's not strange enough, they were both born on August 25th. Joe Carter ended 2 World Series in a row, one by a putout and the other by a walk-off. Adam Dunn has a higher career on-base percentage than Ichiro.
So it says here that you hit your husband with a chair? Why'd you hit him with the chair? Because I couldn't lift the table.
To take away Ruth's record, his single-season record, was to take away something that was held so close to the hearts of the baseball establishment that they couldn't see doing it. Nonetheless, Roger Maris did it. He did hit 61 home runs, and the fact that it took 162 games, well, he also did it having to play at night, having to bat against the screwball, having to travel to the West Coast for games, and to do it all with a parade, a mob of reporters following him around. I think it's unfair.
It would have been a hell of a lot more fun if I had never hit those 61 home runs, he told a friend toward the end of his life. All it brought me was headaches. Another of Babe Ruth's records was broken that year. Yankee Whitey Ford pitched his 32nd consecutive scoreless World Series inning, surpassing a mark set by Ruth in 1916 when he was a pitcher with the Boston Red Sox. It was, Whitey Ford said, a tough year for the Babe.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Saw JC, I believe, that was talking about it as the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 95 miles an hour right down the pipe. 1-1. Talking about how batters nowadays just don't tend to work the count as the 1-1 curveball misses outside wide. 2-1. There are some teams that do it, but the most interesting part to me is that Brian Snitker, who comes off as an old school type guy, when he is asked about it, he just kind of scoffs. It's a 2-1. Curveball hits the top of the zone 2-2. There's every great once in a while. It's not very often, but every great once in a while, the Atlanta beat writers is the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, 95 up top. One away. The Atlanta beat writers actually show a backbone and ask real questions. You don't get that a whole heck of a lot. I mean, they pretty much, they follow them around like fanboys. It's much different managing the Atlanta Braves than it is managing, we'll say, New York or wherever. First pitch on the way to Ozzy's up top for a strike. It's 0-1. But even with that being said, when they asked Snitker about it, and they asked him, I believe it was yesterday as well, as the 0-1 pitch, swung on, hit hard on the ground, but right at the first baseman. Meneses steps on the pillow, 2 away. But when they asked him about it, he just kind of scoffed and said, well, we've never really worked the count. And I still go back to, well, I still believe that is a big reason why they struggle in the postseason. Righty-righty matchup. Duvall comes to the plate. First pitch on the way, off the edge. For a strike, it's 0-1. You can get away with doing the things that they do in the regular season. When you get to the postseason, there is a real game plan as the 0-1 pitch swung on, pops it up, high in the sky, calling off Meneses is the second baseman, Vargas, and that'll end the inning. So real quick, 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Braves, nothing. Nationals, nothing.
This is the best tip for saving money as an adult.
Lay the down and try not to move.
Hey, could somebody explain to me how I can still remember my childhood phone number but can't remember my Gmail password to save my life?
Say the weird thing.
All the vowels in Celine Dion's name are the same vowels you sing in Old MacDonald in the correct order. I know this, and now you know this too.
So parenting is a whole lot like pancakes. For the most part, they're going to turn out fine, but you should probably apologize to the first one.
Hey, y'all kids got it made today. Y'all slides is made out of plastic. Ours is made out of aluminum foil and platinum. Real talk, the younger generation, y'all take a walk in our shoes. Imagine sliding down this slide with shorts on in the middle of the day. Ew, he left his ass up there. You ever got to the bottom of this slide and shock somebody and they cry and go tell the teacher? Now you got to sit down in ISS for no reason. Talk about you go too fast with the wrong kind of clothes. The back of your leg look like baked chicken. That had to been the most dangerous thing on the playground. We used to try to show off in front of the girls to run up this slide. Till one of my classmates tried to run up with some slippery shoes and he left his face on them. This ain't nothing but a big spoon.
Commissioner Ford Frick was alarmed by all the big hitting that year. The Yankees had slugged an all-time record 240 home runs, and now he overreacted. He convinced the club owners to widen the strike zone to ensure that home runs did not come too cheaply. The result would be a golden age for pitchers.
Oh, a genius. Perhaps the only pitcher I have ever seen, and certainly broadcast, where after one batter, I would think he might pitch a no-hitter tonight. The only one. He was the only one who would go out to warm up, and he would get applause similar to a symphony conductor who had just walked on stage. It was such respect as well as admiration. I don't think we'll see his likes for a long time.
His name was Sandy Koufax.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Chris Sale fires the first pitch, four-seam fastball, swing and a miss by Meneses. The cleanup hitter, it's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Right there, called for a wide strike, low in the zone, 0-2. The 0-2 from Sale. The conductor kicks and fires, swing, and just got a piece of that to stay alive. We'll do it again. Joey Meneses batting .231 on the year, 2 homers, 30 RBI. The 0-2 from Sale. Turns, flips, kicks, swing, and pops it up high down the right field line. Drifting over in the sun, fighting the sun is J.P. Martinez. He'll record his first out. 1 away. Martinez getting the start over Kelnick. Still has not reappeared. Has not come to the plate since he was taken out late in that blowout in Boston after rolling over his wrist. First pitch on the way to Vargas is swung on, foul back, four-seam fastball up top. It's 0-1. Of course, everybody's posting this kind of stuff nowadays, especially the last week or so. Is the 0-1 pitch from Sale, 93 on the edge, 0-2. He's getting that wide strike. That's going to make it really difficult for these batters tonight. Braves through 60 games last year. They were 36-24. The 0-2 pitch, down and away, 1-2. Braves through 60 games this year, 35-25. So essentially right there with the same record. Is the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Slider down below the knees. Went chasing for it. 2 away. Chris Sale seems to have all the pitches working right now. So 2 down, 3 strikeouts on the night for Sale. First pitch on the way. Just drifts that slider down and away off the edge. It's 0-1. That is a nasty pitch if you can get that to work. Sale's slider's coming essentially from first base and just zipping into the zone at the last second. The 0-1. Another one. 77. Kisses the black 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Lefty, righty, Ruiz batting .203. The 0-2. Sale comes set. Lets her go. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 4 strikeouts for the conductor. We will be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball. All aboard. Whoa, whoa. Chicka, 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 chicka. Whoa, whoa.
Hey, does anybody else get road rage walking behind people? Or is it just me?
This is the career of Dave Winfield. He didn't reach his full height of 6 feet 6 inches until his senior year of high school. Most people know him as an outfielder, but in 1973 he was named All-American and voted MVP of the College World Series as a pitcher. Not only was he drafted 4th overall by the Padres, he was also drafted by the Atlanta Hawks, the Utah Stars, and the Minnesota Vikings. After being drafted, he was immediately placed in the San Diego Padres starting lineup. He never played a game in the minor leagues. In 1977, he appeared in his first All-Star game at Yankee Stadium. From 1982 to 1988, he drove in 744 runs and made the All-Star team every season. After signing with the Blue Jays, he became the 3rd oldest player to hit an extra base hit in the World Series at the age of 41. Next, he spent time with the Minnesota Twins, where he collected his 3,000th hit. He had a cannon for an arm, and no one dared run on him. This is evident by his 7 Gold Glove awards, 2 as a left fielder, and 5 as a right fielder. In 2001, he was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. He holds the distinction of being the first player to go in as a Padre. And don't forget, he wasn't afraid to charge the mound against Nolan Ryan.
I swear, if I could go back in time and tell the woman that stood up for our right to work, I would.
Born and raised in a Jewish neighborhood in Brooklyn, he hadn't planned on being a ball player. In fact, he didn't really like the game that much. He liked basketball instead and wanted to be an architect. But the speed with which he threw a baseball attracted the attention of scouts for the Brooklyn Dodgers. They signed him at the age of 19 and sent him directly to the majors. His career did not get off to a promising start. For 6 frustrating years, he threw the ball with demon speed but little control, losing more games than he won. Then, in 1961, Norm Sherry Perry, a veteran catcher, quietly told him he didn't need to throw so hard to get men out.
First pitch on the way to Orlando Arcia is fouled in between home and third. It's a high chopper. It's 0-1. Irvin back to work, the 0-1. Curveball misses off the edge. 1-1. Orlando Arcia, 232, now 6 home runs, 21 RBI. Just 635 OPS. The 1-1. High and inside. Close shave, 2-1. Four-seam fastball, about 95 miles an hour. So a 2-1. The pitch. 95 right there on the inner cut. Evens up the count, 2-2. You got a 2-2. Irvin comes set. Lets it go. Pops it up. High over to the shortstop area. Drifting back on the left field grass is Abrams. He'll make the catch. One away. One down. That'll bring Sean Murphy to the plate. Sean Murphy stands in. The first pitch on the way is 95 off the outer cut. Called for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Rocks and fires. 95 outer edge. 0-2. Home plate umpire Tom Hanahan. The times we've seen him, he's got a wide zone. More east and west than north and south. The 0-2 pitch. Swing. Fouls back that curveball over the first base dugout. We'll do it again. So an 0-2 count. Sean Murphy batting just 154 on the year. O'Neal Cruz has hit a home run for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They lead 1-0. The 0-2. Swung on, comebacker to the mound. Scooped up quickly by Irvin. He flips it over to Meneses, who's covering first. 2 away. Pittsburgh leads the Twins 1-0. They are just beginning the third inning. Milwaukee hammering Detroit 5-0 in the second. Baltimore with a 1-0 lead. They're in the second in Tampa Bay. First pitch on the way to J.P. Martinez. Four-seam fastball, swats it towards the first base dugout. It's 0-1. Not many games have gotten going. If they have, they're just getting going. Dodgers and Yankees are in the first scoreless. Same story with Cleveland and Miami. The 0-1, curveball, swing and a miss. Martinez down 0-2. Cubs and Reds, they're scoreless in the first. Everything else is yet to begin. No day games today. The 0-2. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to rattle around in the corner like a pinball. And J.P. Martinez has his first hit as an Atlanta Brave. And it's a 2-out double for J.P. Not a hard hit ball, 88 miles an hour off the bat, but put it in the right place. Sliced it down the line. He can fly. Left fielder Winker had to get on it quickly. Runner on first. Second, 2 outs. First pitch on the way to Harris is a curveball down and in. 1-0. Michael Harris 0 for 1. The 1-0. Righty-lefty, pitch on the way, high and out of the zone, 2-0. Michael Harris struck out swinging his first at bat. Infield is back a little bit to the right, but nothing over overly done. The 2-0. Curveball's right there at the knees. Good pitch by Irvin. Probably a good take by Michael as well, 2-1. He hits that, he probably just chops it into the ground. JP at second. The 2-1. Swung on, slaps it back foul behind home plate. 2-2. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Top of the third inning. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. Down below the knees. Ball 3. So a full count to Harris. Standing on deck is Austin Riley. You'd love a base hit, but we'd take a walk here to keep the inning going. Irvin comes set, his 38th of the night. The payoff pitch. Down and in, ball 4. So Michael Harris works himself aboard with a walk, and we've got runners on first and second. 2 outs. Austin Riley, we need another one of those duck storks that he hit last night that drove the run in. Of course, if he puts one in the gap, it's going to clear the bases. First pitch on the way, 95 right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Irvin comes set, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Chase that slider well off the zone. He'll see that again. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Harris at first. JP at second. Any kind of a broken bat, a bleeder, anything would bring home the runner. The 0-2 pitch lets her fly way outside wide. 1-2. The 1-2 count. Pitch on the way outside wide, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2. So he went slider to set him up. Now he's gone to the sinker back-to-back. You may see that slider to try to finish him off. All the pitches have been on the outer edge. The 2-2. Slider. That time was the curveball. Looked like a slider at first. It misses down and away. Full count. So the runners will be on the move. It won't take much to score Harris from first now. The payoff pitch. Down and away, ball 4. And that's what you want to see. Base is juiced. And the Big Zoo coming to the plate. They're going to come out there and have a quick chat. Top of the third inning, 2 outs. Pitching coach Hickey's coming out there to go over a game plan with Ozuna standing at the plate. While he does that, we'll take this time to turn back time. On this date in 1906, Christy Mathewson and Joe McGinty give up 11 first inning runs, allowing the Cubs to rout the Giants 19-0. Maddie, who is probably still suffering from the effects of diphtheria contracted in the spring, retires only 1 batter while issuing 6 bases on balls in the West Side Ground Contest in 1906. First pitch on the way to Ozuna is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. He starts him out with the sinker. About letter high. The 0-1. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground, but it's going to be right at Abrams. 6-4 putout will end the inning. Atlanta Braves load the bases, but they can't get a run across. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
What's your country's biggest flex on the rest of the world?
Well, as Germans, we obviously have to say world
Cars.
Cars. Yep, cars, definitely.
Here are 5 classic Gen X moods everybody should know. I'm too old for this shit. I do not get paid enough for this shit. I do not have time for this shit. I am too sober for this shit. I am too tired for this shit.
Join the country club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
America, you have been gatekeeping something from me. Why? I'm a Brit in America, and there's one thing in America that is the best, and Americans don't speak about it, because you don't want to give it away. You want to gatekeep it. Crushed ice. Crushed ice is the greatest thing to come out of America since Dolly Parton. Crushed ice is straight from heaven. It has been dropped from the pearly gates. Crushed ice is life. It is life.
I think fans have been able to compartmentalize their disappointments and still enjoy it the way they used to. And I think we've built up the same sort of sieve for letting experience through that we have with real people in our real lives. We don't expect them to be saints, and we no longer expect our athletes to be. We expect them to be the same range of people that we see in the rest of our life. And I think that one of the reasons that baseball has not only not lost popularity, but gained it, is as its flaws become apparent, it actually gains depth and humanity, even as it loses its fairy tale mythic qualities.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Chris Sale comes set. First pitch on the way from the conductor is swung on, banged on the ground over to first. Olson's got it, steps on the pillow, one away. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Bottom of the third inning. That'll bring Young to the plate. Young center fielder. Number 8 hitter from the right side. The first pitch on the way. That slider looked like it hit the zone. Didn't get the call, 1-0. Now, to be fair, he's been giving the outside calls, so you may not get those inside calls. The 1-0. Right there for a strike. Slider floating in, 1-1. Young batting .277 on the year, 16 RBI. If he gets on base, he's trouble, 17 stolen bases. The 1-1. Slider right there for a strike, 1-2. We saw Young in the last series a few times try to drop a bunt for a hit, so you got to keep an eye out on that. Now with 2 strikes, it's not a threat, but throughout tonight and the rest of the series. The 1-2 to Young. Slider misses outside. Ball 2. So it's an even count, and all 4 pitches have been sliders from Sale. The 2-2, 95 inside, just misses, full count. You got a 3-2 count. Infield back. The payoff pitch. Swing, lifts it high into right center field. Going back on the track, making the catch at the wall is J.P. Martinez. Allowed out number 2 here in the third. If you're just joining us, Chris Sale has 4 strikeouts on the night. Irvin with 2. Braves put a threat in the top of the 3rd inning. Loaded the bases up. Marcell Ozuna hit a hard grounder to short that ended the inning. First pitch on the way to the hind catcher. Drew Millis. He fouls it out of play. It's 0-1. Millis is 26 years old out of St. Louis, Missouri. The 0-1. 95 on the edge, 1-1. Played his college ball at Missouri State. Drafted by the A's back in 2019 in the 7th round. The 1-1. 95 up top, good pitch. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Bottom of the 3rd inning. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. All aboard. Whoa, whoa. Chicka, 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 chicka. Whoa, whoa.
I'm 32 years old with a $300,000 net worth.
That's really great. I'm 37 and I've got $22 in Kohl's cash. So, cool.
This is why so many owners of ball clubs are so freaking jealous right now of teams like the Braves. The Battery, which is basically the city they built around the new ballpark in Atlanta. So that area, not including the ballpark, made $59 million in revenue last year. 3rd largest revenue generating category for the team, and it grows on a 10% annual basis. And this is why most teams want to create real estate experiences where they can own essentially a small city, own all of the business around it, and really capitalize. For some people, moral of the story is the Braves are crushing it. For others, it's why you have jealous owners that are just sitting there and not necessarily spending on players because they're like, it's no fair. Look what the Braves are doing. They get to own a whole city, and I can't pull that off.
Armchair.
Y'all, I'm at the stage in parenthood where I finally understand why my parents were so upset when I didn't take that damn chicken out the freezer.
On February 23rd, 1960, a brass band played Old Lang Syne, and 200 die-hard fans watched as a 2-ton wrecking ball, painted to resemble a baseball, began to demolish Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, home of the Dodgers from 1913 to 1957. Roy Campanella was given an urn filled with dirt from behind home plate, his home, for 10 years before a car accident ended his career.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves, Washington Nationals, 0-0 your score. The first pitch on the way to Matt Olson, spins him around. Fastball inside, it's 1-0. Olson 0 for 1 on the night. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Up top, 1-1. So a 1-1 to Olson. The pitch, 94, way outside, wide, 2-1. Jake Irvin, his 50th pitch of the night. Swing and a miss. Curveball outside, wide, 2-2. Good to see you, Goat, in the chat. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Top of the 4th inning, you'll have Olson, Ozzie, and Duvall due up. The 2-2 pitch is a 4-seam fastball right there in on his hands. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. The 2-2 from Irvin. Four-seam fastball way outside wide pitch out territory. 3-2. The payoff pitch swung on, chopped down the third base line. Foul. It's interesting. Washington is not playing Olsen on the traditional pull that you see is the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the curveball up top, one away. One down. Looks like Grateful has been brought into the country club via the GOAT. Pitch on the way is a four-seamer, swung on, popped back foul by Ozzie Albies. It's 0-1. Ozzie's 0 for 1, grounded out in the second. Righty-lefty, open stance for the Wiz. The pitch, swing and fouls it back. It's 0-2. You got an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way from Irvin. Swing, and that ball's lifted high, but not very deep. Coming in, making the catch in right field is Lane Thomas, 2 down. Just got underneath it a little bit. Two away, and that's going to bring Duvall to the plate. Duvall stands in, first pitch 95 right inside. Another close shave, 1-0. Irvin's been pitching a lot of these guys high and inside. So I don't believe those are anything but purpose pitches. The 1-0. Swing, and that ball's hammered down the left field line, but foul. He got a hold of that slider, but could not keep it straight. Yanked it, but well left of the foul pole. Looks like we got another country club member coming in. 1-1. Misses outside wide, 2-1. Welcome to the Country Club Wesley via Charlie. So a 2-1 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase that curveball off the edge, 2-2. Braves nothing, Nats nothing. Duvall popped up in the second inning. Irvin at 61 pitches, so really nothing of concern yet, the 2-2. Caught looking, strike three. Curveball just lulled him to sleep, and that'll end the inning. Braves loaded the bases last inning, but this inning, 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
And here are some fun facts that you may not know about St. Patrick's Day. Firstly, St. Patrick, our Irish patron saint, wasn't Irish. He was Welsh. As you all know, everybody wants to be Irish. Everybody wears green on St. Patrick's Day. We should actually be wearing blue. St. Patrick himself wore blue, but in around 1700s, people decided to turn it to green because of the clover. On average, Americans spend $5.9 billion on St. Patrick's weekend, just on alcohol. But in my beautiful little country of Ireland, up until 1970, St. Patrick's Day was considered a religious holiday, where you couldn't actually drink. However, after a quick law change and Ireland suddenly realising that tourism would be much higher with alcohol, we soon changed that.
2 away for Mark Grace, up to 329 for the year now with 9 homers and 51 RBIs. Ball 1 to Grace. All the talk this year with Tony Gwynn and Larry Walker hovering around 400 all season long. Mark Grace has hit just under 400 the last month. 396 over the last 29 games. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Seems like there are a lot of first basemen around now who are similar.
It's really kind of changed, hasn't it?
Yeah. Line drive hitters.
Good pitch by Maddox, 1-2. Used to be every club had a first baseman that was big and bulky and hit the long ball. Now you've got a lot of hitters like Grace at that first base spot. Strike 3 called. Grace caught looking. That doesn't happen very often.
For 44 years, since Charles Hercules Ebbets had built his park on a garbage dump called Pigtown, Ebbets Field had united the hopes of the borough of Brooklyn and had been home to Wilbert Robinson and Dazzy Vance, Red Barber and Hilda Chester and the Dodger Symphony, Leo DeRocher and Pee Wee Reese and Duke Snyder, Larry McPhail and Branch Rickey and Jackie Robinson.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Abrams. From Sale is a slider that misses off the edge. It's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Way outside wide, 2-0. Chris Sale at 39 pitches. The 2-0, kicks and fires, swing, and that ball slapped into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and here comes Abrams. The throw from Duvall. Man, that was a pretty close play. We may want to look at that. They're going to call Abrams safe. Head first slide on the backside of the bag. If the throw is on the money, he's dead meat. Ozzie had to make the catch and then hunt for the runner who was sliding behind him. Like to see an up-close play. That was very, very close. I think he might have just got in. The other question would be, whoa. I think he might have tagged the top of, well, never mind. At first I thought he hit the top of his hand, but looking at the backside of it, he did not. So Lane Thomas comes to the plate. Braves killer. He takes the first pitch outside wide. Slider misses. It's 1-0. There was an angle on the back end that looked like he might have touched his hand, but once they showed the view from short, he was definitely safe. The 1-0, slider right there at the knees, 2-0. The 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Lets her fly, swing, and that ball's hammered down the third base line, but plenty foul. We'll do it again. Tomorrow and Sunday, Phillies and Mets are in London. They're both considered one home and one away game. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped over to third. Riley's got it, looks back the runner, fires it over to first. Low throw, but backhanded nicely by Matt Olson. 1 down. That was almost a disaster. A short one hopper to his backhand side. Good play by Olson. So 1 down. Senzel comes to the plate. Lefty righty. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses high outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. 89. Changeup right there on the black. 1-1. Senzel didn't like it, but he's been calling that wide strike. Wide to the right-handers, not giving the inside. The 1-1 from Sale, his 47th of the night. Looks back the runner at second, lets her fly. Slider just misses down, I guess, 2-1. Looked like a pretty good pitch, didn't get the call. The 2-1. Slider misses inside. Ball 3-1. Runner on second. One out. Defense is back. Pretty straight up. The 3-1 pitch. Slider misses well outside. Ball 4. So Chris Sale walks his first batter of the day. He's got 5 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed. Was perfect through 3. Has given up a double and a walk here in the 4th. That'll bring Joey Meneses to the plate. Standing on deck is Vargas. Meneses batting .230 with a .586 OPS. First pitch on the way. Runner goes. It's a double steal attempt, and the throw gets away, and Abrams is going to easily come home. Bad throw by Murphy. That'll be an error on the catcher. E2 if you're scoring at home. They went for the double steal, and Murphy saw that Abrams had too good of a jump, so he tried to get the guy down at second, but honestly, Thomas was going to be safe as well. He should have just put that in his pocket. Veteran like Murphy should know that by now. So 1 in, runner at second, 1 out, the 1-0 pitch. Kicks and fires, swing and a miss, 98 up top, it's 1-1. You got a 1-1. Sale comes set, lets her go. Change up right there at the knees. He'd been calling that a strike all game long. Now he's calling it a ball. If you're wondering on the scoring on that, as of right now, it is an earned run, but that could change depending on how the inning unfolds. The 2-1 pitch, swing, and fouls it back. It's 2-2. It's going slider 4-seam, change up 4-seam to set up a 2-2 count to Joey Meneses. Braves trail 1-0. Senzel at second, 1 out, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chris Sale is absolutely pitching himself a gem. We got to get him some runs. And you really hate that because now you'd have the runners at second and third with 2 outs, and Sale would just have to get the batter at the plate, if not for the error by the hind catcher. Vargas steps in. He's 0 for 1. First pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back out of play. 97 up top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Vargas, 0 for 1 on the day. 56 pitch by Sale. Change up down and away, 1-1. The over-under today was 7.5. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Up top for a strike. 1-2. It opened at 8 and dropped down to 7.5 just before first pitch. Braves were minus 190 on the money line just before first pitch. The 1-2, fastball misses inside, 2-2, 96 miles an hour. Sale trying to get out of this jam. Runner at second, 2 outs, 1 in. The 2-2, Swung on, grounded hard up the middle, just past the diving glove of Arcia, and it's 2-0 Washington. Braves were playing him to pull, and a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, you're not pulling that, so he chopped it up the middle, and Arcia out of position. Not to his fault, it was the fault of the guys upstairs. They had him playing like he was going to pull the ball. And it's 2-0 Washington here in the fourth. So 2-0 your score. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left field. That'll get caught by Duvall to end the inning. But not before an error opens up the floodgates by Murphy. It's 2-0. We head to the top of the fifth.
What is a random baby name that you 100% will be naming your kid no matter what your spouse says?
I'm going to name him Wussel, so people think he has a speech impediment.
The old expression, rule of thumb, that has quite a dark origin, actually. In the 1400s, it was legal in England to hit your wife with a stick, but the stick wasn't allowed to be thicker than your thumb, hence the expression, rule of thumb.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
And that the Brooklyn Dodgers would up and leave to Los Angeles yet, which seemed like once you go to Borneo. You know, the only time I had seen L.A. was Mickey Mouse Club would show, and Disneyland is under construction, and it looked like the Amazon. They're in the where'd they go? And it was, why here? So far away, and it was the mountaintop they're preparing for a ballpark on a mountaintop? No, in the city next to the dry cleaner, so you could talk about it when you pick up your suit that had a mustard stain from the game before. Where's the corner bar? Where's the arguments? You know, where's the trolley where's the subway? How do you get there? Where are they got palm trees? What's Cary Grant and Doris Day doing at a game? You know, where's Al Schmenglowitz, who should sit there? Where's the band? What's going to happen to that band that was in right field, that crazy band? You know, what's going to happen?
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way. Orlando Arcia is up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Washington 2, Braves nothing. The 1-1. High and out of the zone, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Kicks and fires way high outside. Up top, 3-1. 94 miles an hour. About around the brim of Orlando Arcia. If you're wondering about the over-under on the Chris Sale, is a 3-1 pitch. Swing and hits it high down the left field line. Curving foul. Man, did he give that a ride. Just couldn't keep it straight. Chris Sale's over-under strikeouts tonight was 6.5, so he's right there. He's sitting at 6. The payoff pitch to Orlando. Irving comes set, turns, and flips. Swung on, hit hard down the third base line. That ball is fair. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Into the corner. And Orlando, see you later. Rounds first. Comes into second. We got a leadoff double to start the inning. Good hard hit ball down the corner. So 1 on, nobody out. Murphy to the plate. You know he wants to Is the first pitch on the way to Murphy. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Play is going to be made by C.J. Abrams. Flips it over to first. It's a 6-3 putout. But Orlando does skip on down to third base, and we've got a runner at first with one out. J.P. Martinez coming to the plate. The infield is back. I have no idea, but I've got a question about J.P. Martinez. Can the man drop a bunt? Can we pull an old-fashioned squeeze play? First pitch on the way. JP is high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Not a lot of guys can do that anymore, but with his speed, he would be a difficult out to begin with. Anything he got on the ground, Orlando would score. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Coming out of his shoes on the curveball, 1-1. JP 1 for 1 with a double in the third. But all we need is a ground ball up the middle. Anything, fly ball, just get the run home, cut this lead in half. The 1-1, swing and a miss. 92 blew it right by him, 1-2. So J.P. Martinez will take his time out. Irvin looking for the strikeout, obviously. RC at third. One out. The 1-2 delivery. Swing, pops it up. And that's going to be an easy, lazy fly ball into shallow left field. Making the catch is Abrams. 2 down. So JP couldn't get the job done. Can Harris get it done? Runner at third. 2 outs. Michael Harris is going to need either a base hit, wild pitch, an error, something to get him in. Righty-lefty matchup. Pirates lead the Twins 2-0 in the 5th. First pitch on the way is a cutter inside. It's 1-0. Harris 0 for 1 on the night. He did walk in the third. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Nowhere near it. 1-1. Harris now batting just .249. And a .651 OPS. The 1-1. Swung on. Pops it up. Easy out. Abrams has it, and that'll end the inning. So Arcia gets on with a leadoff double. Nobody can get him home. We'll be back in a flash.
I'm holy enough to pray for you, baby, but I'm also hood enough to swing on you, so jot that down, all right? Okay.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
I went to an Alcoholics Anonymous class last night, and Anonymous my ass. I knew everybody that was there.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love you.
Now, one more time. What did you ask, Daddy?
In the 80s, did they have shoes?
Somebody come get this kid.
During the 1960s, the Cold War almost became nuclear war over missiles in Cuba, and the Beatles invaded the United States. Americans made it to Woodstock and to the moon. Americans fought in Vietnam and then went into the streets to stop that fighting. Winston Churchill and Ernest Hemingway and Rogers Hornsby died. Cal Ripken Jr. and Dwight Gooden and Roger Clemens were born. In the 1960s, the New York Yankees' dominance would finally end. The Los Angeles Dodgers would break all attendance records in their new home.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Chris Sale going to try to keep the Braves in it, trailing 2-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Winker leads us off. The first pitch on the way. 77-mile-an-hour slider. Guess he's going to say that one was low. It's 1-0. If you think we're frustrated, I was checking out the Pittsburgh game during the break. And O'Neal Cruz, who hit the home run, is 1-0. Slider right there for a strike, 1-1. They had a force play at second that should have been an out. And O'Neal Cruz, as the ball's getting flipped to him, totally misses the bag. The 1-1. 94, down and away, 2-1. I thought he was out until they showed the back end of it. His foot missed the bag by about 3 or 4 inches. So a 2-1 count. Slider nowhere near the zone, ball 3. The 3-1 from Sale. Swing, and that ball's hammered into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Four-seam fastball. Roasted into right. And Winker on again. The Nationals got the leadoff hitter on here in the bottom of the 5th. Third time through the lineup here. Sale will face Meneses. I'm sorry, Young. First pitch on the way. Is that an attempted bunt? Sale and Riley converge. They collide. They both appear to be okay. The ball. Is that a foul ball? Because it looked like it. I have to see a second look at this. Oh, yeah, it fell in foul territory. I was looking at the view from the top, and at first I thought the ball landed in fair territory. 3 guys there, and they all run into each other like the Keystone Cops. I don't know what Sale's doing over there. He needs to get out of the way. I know he's trying to, the competitiveness, but he needs to let Riley or Murphy try to make the play. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, 95-mile-an-hour fastball out of the zone, fouled away. It's 0-2. And the last thing we need is Chris Sale to have a collision that costs him time on the shelf. The 0-2. He's going to flip it over to first. Not much of a pickoff move, more of a show-me move. Letting Winker knows he hasn't forgotten about him. Braves nothing, Nats 2, bottom of the 5th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good pitch by Sale. Whoa, whoa. Chicka, 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 chicka. Whoa, whoa. Chris Sale, 7th strikeout of the night. So if you had that, you hit that mark. Millis, the hind catcher, number 9 hitter, comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. The first pitch on the way, swing, and lifts it high into right field, but J.P. Martinez is underneath it 2 away. 2 down. And that'll bring the leadoff hitter, C.J. Abrams, to the plate. He's 1 for 2. The double and a run scored. A stolen base. Lefty, lefty. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 98 right in his kitchen. It's 0-1. Sale at 70 pitches, so you would think he would come back out for the 6th. If it's fast enough, maybe even the 7th. The 0-1. Set up outside. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 98 right down the pipe. 0-2. 0-2 count. Braves trail just 2-0. We're in the 5th inning. Game 2 of a 4-game set. The Braves took game 1 yesterday, 5-2. The 0-2 pitch. Slider down and away. 1-2. If you missed that game, the Braves bats got hot late there as well. You got a 1-2 count. We'll have the heart of the lineup due up as Sale flips it over to first again. Keep Winker close by. One of the interesting articles that came out today is that Chicago White Sox are shopping around Luis Robert. Now, what they're going to want for him is a different story. The 1-2. Swing, and that ball's chopped down the first baseline. We'll do it again. Lefty, lefty. The 1-2. Slider down and away, 2-2. It's highly unlikely that the Braves would go after Robert. It's not that he's not good, but he has the 2-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball's hammered to first. Caught by Olsen. He'll step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. Braves let a runner get on first, but stop it right there. Riley, Ozuna, Olsen coming to the plate.
Well, I'm absolutely furious because I spent all evening drinking something called Seedlip, which is quite delicious, but it turns out it's non-alcoholic. So I can still feel all my emotions now, and it's 10 o'clock.
Dan, I need to talk to you about me bulking up.
What do you mean bulking up?
Yeah, I've been hitting the gym for a few months, and I need some tubs of protein powder to get bigger, and Mom said she won't buy them without your permission because they're too expensive.
Why are you doing this anyway?
A little bit for me, but I'm trying to impress my girlfriend, too.
What did you tell her?
Why does that matter?
I want to know what you told her. The last time you lied to your girlfriend, you told you were getting injuries from physical combat until she found out you were kite fighting and getting string burns.
I didn't know there was kite fighting gloves, okay?
With the score tied 9-9 in the bottom of the 9th, and Ralph Terry on the mound for New York, Bill Mazeroski came to bat.
Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. This may do it. Back to the wall goes Berra. It is over the fence, home run. The Pirates win.
It was the first time the World Series had ever ended with a home run.
We have seen and shared in one of baseball's great moments.
Bill Mazeroski's home run in 1960. 7 games, Pirates, in Pittsburgh. We beat them 12-0, 10-0, 16-3. We're into the last inning. We tie it up. Mickey made an amazing base running play, a little head fake, and Bill Mazeroski steps up, and Ralph Terry hangs a slider, and Bill Mazeroski hits it 420 feet, and the Pirates win the World Series. I still heard about it. I still feel bad about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mazeroski has hit a 1-0 pitch over the left field fence at Forbes Field to win the 1960 World Series for the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 10-9.
It was terrible. I'd been with the Yankees 10 years at that time, and I cried all the way home on the airplane. I just couldn't quit, It's the worst I've ever felt in my life. It's the only time that we ever played in the World Series where I felt like the best team got beat.
Welcome back. First pitch to Austin Riley is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Irvin. Swung on and fisted foul and out of play, 1-1. Jake Irvin comes in here in the top of the 6th inning, 2 pitches in, just 78 pitches. So still really good on that front. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, came out of his shoes on a curveball that was in the other batter's box, 1-2. The 1-2. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground into left field. That is going to get down for a base hit. And Austin Riley, a worm burner in between third and short. We got one on. Nobody out. Marcell Ozuna coming to the plate. Marcell Ozuna 0 for 2. Back to the Luis Robert thing. So it's circling around Braves country about it, but the thing is the first pitch on the way to Zoo is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. So he still has one more year on his contract at $15 million, and then 2 club options you can pick up at 28 and 29 at $20 million. The 1-0, down and away, 2-0. So the question would be, where do you fit him next year? And is someone like Kelenic a part of that trade? So I don't think, considering the money, I don't think the Braves are going to do it. The 2-0, swing, chops it foul, 2-1. Be fun to see if you're not familiar with Luis Robert, when he's on, he's one of the better hitters in the American League. The 2-1 pitch. Ozuna digs in. Here it goes. Swing and a miss. Curveball off the edge. 2-1. This year he's not hitting so hot, but the question would be, because he has those 2 years of control after next year, are they going to expect the moon and stars for him? The 2-2 to Zoo. Riley at first. Nobody out. The pitch. Down and away. Good take by Marcell. Curveball misses, 3-2. This year he's just hitting 200. 3 home runs. 2023, he had 38 home runs. The 3-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball's lifted into right field. Just bends foul into the stands. We'll do it again. 2023, he had 38 home runs, 80 RBI, a 264 average, and an 857 OPS. He also had 20 stolen bases, so he's a 5-tool player. Year before that, much lower, but he had been injured. The payoff pitch to Marcell. Swing, and that ball's lifted high and deep into right field, going back on the track. Off the wall. Here comes Austin Riley rounding the bases, baby. He's heading to second, going to third. Here comes the throw, and Marcell Ozuna! A double into the corner, and your Atlanta Braves. I put the tying runs on second and third, and nobody out. And the Ice House coming to the plate. That ball just missed the 335 mark. It actually hit the 335 sign just a few more feet, and it would have been gone. Maybe a foot below the top. The first pitch on the way to Olsen is swung on and pops it up. Can of corn. Are you kidding me with this? One away. Olsen just giving that at bat away. One down. And Ozzy Albies will come to the plate. I mean, once again, just like the last inning, you got to at least get one run out of this. I think a lot of Braves fans are tired of hearing these talking heads for the Braves, the writers and whatnot, telling everybody to calm down. It's a long season. First pitch on the way to Ozzy is up and in. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. 1-0. We're not that far from the halfway point. Be like talking to an NFL fan who's seen 7 games and their team's averaging 14 points a game. The 1-0. Down and in. Did he go around this time? He did not. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Righty, lefty. They do have action in the bullpen. Looks like Law. The 2-0, swing and a miss over the top of the curveball. 2-1. Runners on second and third. 1 out. The 2-1 pitch to Ozzie. Swing and chase that one out of the zone. Fouls it back 2-2. So you got a 2-2 count. Irvin is sitting at 92 pitches. The 2-2. Swing. Chops it foul off his instep. We'll do it again. Standing on deck is Duvall. They can keep it going. In the hole is Arcia. You know, the way these guys are swinging the bat, you start seeing just dead spots in the lineup. You got to get the runs here. The 2-2. Swung on. Comebacker to the mound. Irvin's got it. Flips it over to first. And it's a 1-3 put out. 2 down. Two outs. Irvin. I'd say this will be his last inning. He's at 94 pitches. Adam Duvall will come to the plate. First pitch to Duvall is a curveball way outside wide. It's 1-0. Yankees and Dodgers are scoreless in the fourth. That game is taking place in the Bronx. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball's lifted high, but not very deep. Into left field. Making the catch is Winker, and the Braves spoil another opportunity. We head to the bottom of the sixth, trailing by 2.
Would you rather get $100,000 every year, or every year you get 1 month where you can see every winning scratch-off ticket? You don't know what it wins, and you still have to buy it. It could be a ticket, it could be a jackpot, but you know that it's a winner. Which one you taking? The easy hundo, $1,000 a year, dude, or you a gambling man like me? I'm taking the ticket, dude. I don't know, but $100,000 for sure every year. That's like most people's salary. That's like more than most people's salary, dude. That's way more than my salary, dude. Or you can get kicked in the nuts by a field goal kicker. Those are your 3 options, dude.
The Pittsburgh Pirates, the 1960 World Champions, defeat the New York Yankees, the Pirates 10 and the Yankees 9.
There is one thing that all my friends know must never be discussed in my presence, and that's Bill Mazeroski's home run that won the 1960 World Series for a grossly overmatched Pittsburgh Pirates team against my beloved Yankees. And there's a wonderful resolution that many people don't realize. It's one of the great ironies of baseball history, but these things happen. That 2 years later, in the 7th game of the World Series in 1962, with the Yankees ahead by 1 run in the bottom of the last inning with 2 men on base, Ralph Terry was on the mound again, facing Willie McCovey. Willie McCovey hits a line drive that seemed sure to go for a hit, and Terry would have lost yet another World Series. Richardson jumps up, stabs the line drive, and they win that one. So there is resolution. There is rejuvenation. There is reward and victory after tragedy.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Here on Braves Country Radio, please like and subscribe. Become a member today. The first pitch on the way from Sale is a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Up top for a strike, it's 0-1. Sale enters the 6th at 76 pitches. The 0-1. Way high out of the zone, 1-1. Yeah, Braves definitely let the That's off the hook the last couple innings. I mean, you get a runner to second and nobody out, and then you get second and third, nobody out. The 1-1 pitch to Thomas, swung on, belted deep, and that ball is into the deepest part of center field. Harris has a hard time picking it up. He finally gets it in, but it's going to be a leadoff triple by the Braves killer, Lane Thomas, here in the bottom of the sixth. Once again, Lane Thomas. That's a guy they need to trade for to just quit facing him. There's a slider on the outer edge of the plate, and he just went out and got it and slapped it. That ball's gone in most stadiums. That is by far, that's about the longest you can hit a ball without it leaving a stadium. It's just past the 402 mark where there's a little crevice at dead center from home. First pitch to Senzel is a changeup off the plate. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Braves infield is in. Pitch. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground. Right to Riley. Riley looks back the runner, fires it over to first, and it's a 5-3 put out. One away. On this date in 1966, Oakland A's select future Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson in the first round of the amateur draft. Second pick overall, the New York Mets, with the first overall pick, choose Steve Chilcott, a high school catcher who will never play a day in the major leagues. Good job. First pitch on the way from Sale is a swing and a miss strike over the edge. It's 0-1. Man, the Mets have been metting forever. The 0-1. Lefty-righty. Sale turns and flips it in there. Check swing. Should be a strike. It is. Murphy kept the ball from getting away, so it's 0-2. Joey Meneses 0 for 2 on the night. A fly out, a strikeout. We could use another strikeout here. Keep that runner at bay. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball's grounded up the middle, right to Arcia. Fires it over to first. 6-3 put out, and Thomas is still standing there at third. So 2 down, and the infield can now drop back. Two down. And Vargas comes to the plate. 1 for 2. First pitch on the way. Down and in. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty righty. Sale, 85th of the night. Lets her fly. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left field. Drifting back just before the warning track. Adam Duvall makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves kill Washington's threat. We head to the top of the 7th, bottom of the order coming to the plate.
If Earth is the third planet from the sun, doesn't that mean that every country is a third world country?
I've become, maybe to a fault at times, because I still question myself, is I'm so much about the person now, you know? And I remember like Pat Gillick telling me, being the Blue Jays GM, when he started, and he was 70% talent, 30% makeup character, and then over time, it was 60-40. And I got to tell you, I feel like I've gone to like 55-45 talent, makeup character. So then you start doing work on the person, on the teammate, on the guy. People say they're great competitors, but sometimes it's talk. I'm a big believer, especially being a parent now, you know, players make others better. I've seen it. Took a while to see it, but I see it. You know, a coach can only do so much, a manager can only do so much, but peers can really impact. I think about it with my kids, who they're around is an impact as well. So you fill a clubhouse, instead of having 2 guys like a Blanco and a DeRosa, I've kind of flipped that. I'm like, you better have like 24 or 25 and maybe 1 or 2 that are on the border of pass-fail, to me.
Armchair.
Kurt Flood of the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss.
The glare is that
I don't particularly like you, and I am going to beat you any way I can. It is concentration of trying to block out 50,000 people either for you or against you. It is trying to remember all of the things that make you a good hitter and trying to make them go into action immediately, right now. I need it right now in order to do this against this great pitcher. He's a major leaguer too, so you have to give him credit. Incredible things go on inside your head.
Curt Flood went on to become a solid 300 hitter, the best defensive center fielder in the game, winning 7 consecutive Gold Glove awards.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Finally hit that century mark. That Luis Rivera we were just talking about just hit a home run against the Red Sox. First pitch on the way to Orlando Arcia. Chops it off the plate. Foul. It's a the 0-1. Righty, pitch on the way. 95. Pops off the glove. Bounces away, 1-1. New pitcher, the right-hander, Derek Law. We've seen him a couple of times before. 33-year-old out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, drafted by the Giants in 2011. The 1-1. Swing, and that ball's lifted into center field. That'll be right at the center fielder Young, 1 away. One down. He came up with the Giants, but he was not a part of those championship teams. He did not make his first appearance till 2016. First pitch to Murphy is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Murphy 0 for 2. The 1-0. 95 at the knees, 1-1. Sean Murphy batting just 143 on the year. A 405 OPS. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider over the top. 1-2. We're late enough in the game where I'm really surprised they didn't think about pinch hitting for Murphy. I mean, he's turned into an automatic out. The 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Speak of the devil. 97 miles an hour. He didn't take the bat off his shoulders. 2 away. So 2 down. And J.P. Martinez will come to the plate. Martinez takes the first one, 92 at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Chase that one out of the zone, 0-2. JP, 1 for 2 on the night. Sliced a double into the corner earlier in the game. The 0-2 pitch. Outside wide slider misses, 1-2. You got a 1-2 from Law. The right-hander brings it. Slider just misses outside. Fortunate that one didn't get called. 2-2. A bloop and a blast ties this one. Just got to get them on. The 2-2. Chase that one well out of the zone. Down around his shoelaces. That'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Get up and stretch, Braves country.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball. We out to the top.
welcome back. Atlanta Braves trail this one 2-0. Chris Sale does go back to work. The first pitch on the way. Looks like he went around. It's 0-1. Pitch was down in around his ankles. And he swung in, got out of the way at the same time. The 0-1 to Ruiz. Slider misses outside. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Nats 2, Braves nothing, bottom of the 7th inning. We'll have the top of the order due up in the 8th. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chris Sale, now 8 strikeouts on the night, 1 away here in the 7th. Sale had the one clunky inning that gave up the 2 runs, but Honest Engine defense let him down in that one. We may be still sitting here scoreless if Murphy doesn't sail that one into the outfield. First pitch on the way to Winker, the left-hander. Slider right there for a strike on the inner cut. It's 0-1. White Sox lead the Red Sox 1-0. They are in the top of the 2nd. Hit the out-of-town scoreboard in here 1 second. Man, Milwaukee's pounding Detroit 10-0. The 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Did not see Milwaukee having such a good year this year. All they lost, I thought they were going to be in a rebuild mode, and they are running away with the Central. The 1-1. Sale kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground into right field. It'll be 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Sale at 92 pitches. Pittsburgh leads Minnesota 2-0 in the 7th. O'Neal Cruz, 9th home run of the year. Baltimore and Tampa, the Orioles lead the Rays 4-2 in the 6th. Siri for Tampa and Mountcastle and Santander, all 3 have gone yard. First pitch on the way to Young is a slider inside, misses 1-0. Dodgers, Yankees, 0-0, top 5. Miami, Cleveland, 2-2, bottom 5. The 1-0 from Sale. He flips it over to first. Kind of just a reminder flip. Nothing very aggressive. San Fran leads Texas 1-0. They are in the 2nd. Chicago and Cincinnati 2-0 in the 5th. The 1-0 from Sale. That one just misses inside, 2-0. Seattle 7-0 over Kansas City. They're in the 1st. Colorado and St. Louis are scoreless in the 1st. The 2-0 from Sale. Lets her go. Fastball right there, 2-1. 95 on the inner part of the plate. Lefty-righty matchup. Arizona, San Diego, they play later tonight. Fott versus King. The Astros are at the Angels. Framber Valdez versus Harris. The 2-1. Swing, and that ball slapped down the first base line, but foul, 2-2. So pretty funny tweet that went viral that other people turned into videos and whatnot on TikTok and whatnot. It's either yesterday or the day before, someone created a parody account from MLB Network and had the person reporting that the Astros were about to bring in Trevor Bauer. The 2-2 from Sale. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider over the top, 2 away. That is Chris Sale's 9th strikeout. Really is a shame if he has to wear an L on this game as well as he's pitched. But if you saw that report is all false. There's no truth to it. First pitch on the way from Sale to the number 9 hitter Milas is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. This is the number 9 hitter. I don't know if he gets on. Maybe he faces Abrams, but I don't think he would face Thomas. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it straight back. 1-1. But people thought that was a real tweet. I mean, they were going nuts. I saw all kinds of responses. There were Texas fans that were ticked off saying we ought to be going after. I'm like, man, if you go to the actual account, it even says parody account at the bottom. The 1-1 slider right there for a strike on the intercut, 1-2. He has not hit that mark many times tonight. He's just been missing that slider inside. He's been given the call on the outside, but the inside, they've called it really tight. The 1-2 from Sale. Takes his foot off the rubber and motions towards second. Irvin scampers back, no throw. Jesse Chavez and Dylan Lee are both warming up in the pen. The 1-2. 2 outs. The pitch. Slider down and away. 2-2. That was Chris Sale's 101st pitch of the night. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chris Sale. 10 strikeouts tonight. Let's get him some runs. All aboard. Whoa, whoa. Chicka, 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 chicka. Whoa, whoa.
In Spanish?
Yes.
Gracias todos para los... I don't know how to say compliments.
No.
Compliments.
But these super berries grow in the Andes Mountains, okay? Alpacas can survive entire winters on this.
So it's like a super berry, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what kind of superpowers are you talking about? Like, do you survive the winter?
Great question.
So is that the only superpower you get, surviving winters? Because I've survived many winters without these berries.
No,
These are the people that are banned from my funeral. Don't let Bertha in. She tried to hook up with my husband. Shame on her. My mailman can't come either. He's the worst ex I ever had. And I know he's going to try to go to my funeral. His sister can't come either. I'm going to haunt them all.
The greatness of Ty Cobb was something that had to be seen, and to see him was to remember him forever. George Sisler.
On April 27, 1961, Tyrus Raymond Cobb threw out the first ball at the opening home game of the brand new Los Angeles Angels. It was his last visit to a ballpark. He was 74 years old and dying of cancer. Drinking, gambling, quarreling with waiters and taxi drivers and sales clerks. He stayed on the road as long as he could, carrying with him everywhere a Luger and a paper bag filled with $1 million in securities, and each day swallowing a quart of bourbon mixed with milk to dull the pain. He died on July 17th, 1961. His lifetime batting average was .367. The highest in history. If I'd had my life to live over again, he had told a caller toward the end, I'd have done things a little different. I would have had more friends.
Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Chris Sale's day is most likely done. I can't imagine they're sending him back out there at the century mark of the pitch count. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 runs. They say they're both earned, but if you watch the game, you know they weren't. First pitch on the way to Harris is another easy out. Grounds out to second, one away. One pitch, one out. Harvey is in the game again tonight. Last night, Braves were able to get to the bullpen, bring Austin Riley to the plate. Riley, 1 for 2. First pitch on the way, 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the edge. It's 0-1. Austin Riley, 1 for 2, also has a walk. The 0-1. Swing and fouls it back 99 miles an hour. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. But when Chris Sale got traded to the Braves, he didn't think he'd be trailing a bunch of 2-0 games. The pitch on the way, swung on, pops it up. High in the sky. Man, oh man, is that going to bring rain. Coming underneath it, making the catch is Abrams in the middle of the infield, 2 down. So 2 down. Marcell Ozuna, who hit a double his last time up, set us up with runners at second and third and nobody out, and the Braves couldn't get him across. Inning before that, Arcia led off with a double. Couldn't get him home. First pitch to Marcell. Swing, and that ball's lifted high and deep into center field. Going back on the track. That ball's going to get lost, and Marcell Ozuna is going to reach second base via a double. He must have lost it in the lights. That's the only thing I can figure out. Jacob Young, the center fielder of Young, was drifting over left center near the warning track. The ball fell, I don't know, 15 feet in front of him. At the very end, he puts his hands up like, I don't know where it is. It's a little too late to bring that up at that point. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. It's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. That's one of those, I got it. You got it. Get it. I can't find it. The 1-0. Outside curveball for a strike. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Pitch on the way to Olson. Swing and a miss. 100 miles an hour. Blew it right by him. Up around the hands, 1-2. The 1-2. Ozuna at second, 2 outs, the pitch. High and out of the zone, 99 miles an hour, 2-2. Tying run standing at home plate. The 2-2. Swing. Pops it back foul, 2-2. 99 miles an hour, round letter high. Finnegan, their closer, one of the best in the business. You'd like to at least get a run here to make it where he doesn't have a 2-run lead going to the ninth. The 2-2. Swing, and that ball's hammered into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Marcell Ozuna is going to come around to score. The outfield is basically sitting in the bleachers. So it's going to be a long single. Braves are off the schneid. It's 2-1. You know, we had the longest streak of not getting shut out in Major League Baseball till the other day when we were shut out in Fenway. And it was starting to look like we were going to have two in 3 days. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is a pitch off the plate wide. It's 1-0. Ozzie, 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a fly out. The pitch. Swing, chop set, foul off the plate. 1-1. Ozzie Albies batting just .268. Really hasn't put any good at bats together here recently. The 1-1. Swung on and dribbles that over to second. 4-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. But the Braves do put one on the board. We've got a puncher's chance. We head to the bottom of the 8th, trailing by 1.
So I was today years old when I found out that when you're smiling, you cannot move your tongue. It cuts off a nerve when you smile. So when you smile, like your tongue is like paralyzed. Look at your dumb ass. You doing that right? Stupid ass.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
And so my girl got mad at me because last night I went to a single mom fundraiser.
No, you went to a strip club.
Listen, baby, I'm supporting these single moms $1 at a time.
Fight! Mike! Hey out! Shake your head! Your eyeballs are stuck! Well, it was a ball. It was that far from the plate.
Little lady, will you let me umpire this game? You've been on my back all night.
Mickey, you saw that pitch. It was a ball, wasn't it?
It looked like it. You're out of the game, Mandel.
What? Roger, how'd that pitch look to you?
It could have missed the corner. You're out, Maris.
Yogi.
It's a perfect strike. The ump was right. I don't like sarcasm, Barra. You're out of the game, too.
You can't do that!
Lady.
Where's the manager?
I think he's hiding.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Pierce Johnson will come into the game. Braves trailing by just 1 run. Really frustrating when you think about the fact that they've had so many opportunities to score at least one more run. Pierce stands at the mound to face the top of the order. First pitch on the way. Swung on, pops it up. High into center field. Harris will make the catch. C.J. Abrams down on 1 pitch here in the 8th. If it makes you feel any better, the Yankees and Dodgers are scoreless in the 6th. Lane Thomas 1 for 3, just narrowly missed a home run his last time up. First pitch on the way to Thomas is off the edge for a strike, curveball, 0-1. Looked like it was a little wide, but he's been calling that all night long. The 0-1. Righty pitch, swing, pops it back foul, 0-2. If Pierce Johnson had Tom Hanahan as his home plate umpire, every time he came to the mound, Pierce Johnson would be in the Hall of Fame before too long. Because he loves throwing that curveball off the edge, and Hanahan's been calling that wide edge all day long. The 0-2 from Johnson. Curveball this time a little farther off the plate, 1-2. Same 2 teams at it tomorrow. Charlie Morton on the mound for the Braves. That is a 4:05 first pitch. Is the 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. He'll be going head-to-head with Mackenzie Gore. Really stinks that we missed Patrick Corbin both times. We will have played the 2-2, down and away, 3-2. We've played the Nationals. We'll have played them 8 times in 13 days, and both times we have just missed Patrick Corbin, and he is terrible. 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. So 1 on, 1 out. After this series, the Braves have a day off on Monday, and then they essentially go across the street to play the Baltimore Orioles for 3. That'll be Tuesday night and Wednesday night at 6:35 and a 1:05 first pitch on Thursday. Curveball on the way to Senzel is high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Murphy's going to go out there and talk to Pierce. And I'm sure that's by design. You've seen how good these starters are for Washington. These past couple of weeks we've seen them. Patrick Corbin, who's by far making the most. He's making the most out of any pitcher on either roster. He's got a 6.15 ERA, and he's not even that good. Murphy back behind the plate. Johnson back to work. The 1-0. Swing and a missed curveball down and away. 1-1. Braves 1, Nationals 2, bottom of the 8th. The 1-1. Going to flip it over to first to keep Thomas close by. Due up in the 9th, Duvall, Arcia, and then Murphy. The 1-1. Pitch down and away, and throw is down to second. He got him. Good throw by Murphy that time. That was on a curveball in the dirt. Thomas got a decent jump, but Murphy threw an absolute bean down to second, and Ozzie did a great job of applying the tag. So 2 down. 2-1 pitch. Swing. Swats it back foul. 2-2. The 2-2. Pierce Johnson comes set. Righty to Senzel. The pitch. Swing. Fists it high down the right field side. Foul. In between first in the stands. Well past the dugout. We'll do it again. 2-2. Pierce Johnson has thrown 15 pitches in this inning. The 2-2. Pierce comes set, lets her go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Curveball again, got him. That'll end the inning. So, after the throw out, 3 up, 3 down, we head to the top of the 9th. Duvall, Arcia, and Murphy.
When people say they don't like me, I put on glasses to see if I give a
So Dale Murphy bats. He ripped a double to right center his first time. 2-1 Atlanta in the 3rd inning. Deep right field for Murphy. Strawberry has gone as far as he can go, and it's out of here. Dale Murphy.
Murphy at first. Murphy drives it. Deep left field. You can kiss this one goodbye. How far will it go? Murphy is at 2 today. 11-1 now, and there won't be 37,000 fans here when this inning is over.
Why do you call petrol gas when it is literally a liquid?
So you don't like us calling petrol gas, huh? Remind me again, what do you guys call cigarettes?
Wait, in the Brits' defense, yeah? I've got nothing. In America, you would say, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. If, what we would say in the UK, I'm going to smoke, if you said that in America, woo! Chill out, America.
There were a lot of people in baseball who believed that Sandy Koufax would never be a major league pitcher. He had no control. His first few years in the major leagues, he was getting nowhere at all. He was walking more people than he was striking out. And then suddenly, he found it. And when he found it, there was a period that ran from 1961 through 1966 in which he was good as any pitcher in baseball history.
It's an unfair contest after they've been up bad against him. And I remember more than once a batter being up there and looking at that terrific fastball, which always seemed to come up as it crossed the plate, and then shooting a lookout to say, what was that? It was as if he'd thrown an Easter egg past him or something like that. It was something different. The game had been altered. And then he had that devastating curve. So the combination of those two, the batters felt absolutely helpless. And he was beautiful to watch because he bent his back in a way that other pitchers didn't. They had this enormous long hands and long arms. And there was a bow and arrow feeling about the way that he used his body.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves trail this one 2-1. We have the bottom of the order due up, 6, 7, and 8. Duvall, Arcia, and Murphy. Kyle Finnegan comes in. One of the best in the business, 24 innings, 1.88 ERA. 23 strikeouts in 24 innings. He's set to face Duvall, the first pitch on the way, high and out of the zone, 96 miles an hour. It's 1-0. You got to figure Kelnick is still feeling effects, because you would think at some point you would have seen him as a pinch hitter, especially with the righties they've used. The 1-0, swung on, foul back, 1-1. Next week, the Braves are back in Atlanta to face the Tampa Bay Rays Friday night, Saturday afternoon. The 1-1, swing, and fouls that back out of play. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Fisted foul over the first base dugout, 1-2. If you were playing MLB The Show, you would never let Murphy hit this inning. There's no way. But I'm not convinced Snitker will pinch hit for him. The 1-2 to Duvall. Pitch on the way, swung on, and that ball gets away. That ball is going to get way back up to the backstop, and Adam Duvall has a strikeout, but it is an infield strikeout, we'll call it. It goes all the way to the backstop. We'll take it. Runner on first, nobody out. Lando Arcia coming to the plate. That pitch was nowhere near the zone, but it smacked the plate and ricocheted off the mask of the hind catcher, Millis. By the time he got the ball corralled there in the corner behind home plate, Duvall was crossing the base. So 1 on, nobody out. Righty. The pitch from Finnegan. 98 outside, misses. Called for a wide strike. It's 0-1. To be fair, he's been calling that all night long. The 0-1. Finnegan lets her fly. Swing, and that ball's hit hard over to third. It's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. Arcia, who does not run well at all, bangs into a double play and kills the rally. So just like that, the double play takes the Braves down to their final out. Arcia is busting it down the line. He just doesn't have the speed. He has a really slow, deliberate way of running. Long strides, but they're slow. So Sean Murphy will come to the plate. First pitch on the way, swung on and fouled straight back. 97 miles an hour, it's 0-1. Murphy 0 for 3, batting 138. Even more putrid, 391 OPS. You've got Kelnick on the bench. You've got Darnode on the bench. The 0-1. Check swing foul 0-2. These are the types of things that if Snitker managed in a media market that actually questioned his decisions, he wouldn't survive the postgame. But you won't see that with the Braves writers. The 0-2, caught looking, strike 3. Sean Murphy might as well have gone up there and just handed him the bat. That'll end the game. Braves lose a tough one, 2-1. Sean Murphy, well, if we're going to give away game balls, we're going to give away game boobs. Sean Murphy, not only was the final out of this inning, he threw the ball into center field, which brought the run home. And Sean Murphy is going to wear this loss. Braves lose 2-1. It really is a shame because Chris Sale pitched a phenomenal game. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. Gave up just the 1 walk, scattered 5 hits. But a really bad defensive play by Murphy loses the game, and the Braves lose it 2-1. You can also point to the fact that they had a lot of opportunities to score with runners on third, runners on second and third, nobody out, and they didn't get it done. Braves lose a tough one, 2-1. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 4:05 first pitch. Charlie Morton on the hill versus Mackenzie Gore. Won't be easy tomorrow. We will see you mañana, Braves country.